What's going on, everyone? So one of the players I was really excited to see in this summer league was Eric Dixon. And he comments regularly of like, hey, what's going on with Eric Dixon, right? You saw him not available in the California Classic. People were asking. And I thought it was just because, again, they're trying to get some looks. You see that sometimes where, like some guys that Lakers kind of know, like, hey, Eric Dixon's already going to be on a two-way, right? We kind of know what he's going to be. We'll really kind of showcase him in the Las Vegas Summer League. Let's see what kind of some of the other guys, like a Baisley and some of these other guys are going to do for the roster to see if maybe any of those guys are carrying over into Vegas. Any of those guys we want to kind of see and kind of highlight more in Vegas to kind of carry over into maybe a two-way spot or, an actual roster spot, something along those lines. So I didn't think it was anything crazy. I didn't think it was far-fetched that, Eric Dixon was not on display in the California Classic. I thought he would be in the Summer League because we didn't have any other reports or any news otherwise. So it was just kind of like, okay. And then he was seen walking around in a walking boot, and there was no real word on like why, right? The original reports were like, we have no idea. Like no one really knew what was going on with him. Adu Thero, he's somebody that we knew from the jump, like, hey, he's probably not going to, because he was coming off of an injury from college, right? And that's one of the reasons he fell to the Lakers. So it was like, okay, we're probably not going to see him till training camp. So that was fine. We knew that was going to happen. That's, again, why the Lakers were able to get him at the 36th pick when he was as high as, 15 on some draft boards, right? So for him to fall as far as he did was huge for the Lakers and kind of gave them that first round pick, so to speak. But Eric Dixon, no, it was like no word on him at all. And then all of a sudden, he's seen in a walking boot, like literally. So Daniel Starkland says, just saw Eric Dixon wheeling himself on a little scooter and wearing a boot. Not sure what the injury is, but I was told he won't be suiting up for Summer League, right? Like nothing. And then Dan Wokey ended up giving us the news. And he said, for those asking, Villanova big Eric Dixon isn't playing this summer for the Lakers as he deals with a foot injury. Currently getting opinions on what's the best move. He hasn't signed his two-way deal with the Lakers yet. People just acting with caution ahead of his rookie season. So that's interesting. So one, he has this mysterious foot injury. Is that something he sustained? Like, while practicing with Team USA, right? Like, again, we don't have all the detail, at least at the time of recording this video. Maybe there's stuff that ends up coming out later, but as of right now, that's the closest thing we got, which is that he has a foot injury and they're exploring options. I imagine it's a pretty significant foot injury if they're exploring options, because those options that you're usually exploring are like, do you need surgery or do you not need surgery? So did he like break his foot? Did he like, fracture something in his foot? Like, what is the deal here, right? How do we go from like, hey, Eric Dixon, leading scorer in all of college basketball, a guy that is looked at as one of, if not the most ready now NBA player in all of basketball, really excited to see what he could do in Summer League and then carry that over into a two-way and, maybe the Lakers kind of integrate him and he's really good and now he's on the main roster spot, right? Like there was a lot of excitement for Eric Dixon because, he was a guy that was projected to get drafted by the Lakers at 55th, and there was even people that thought the Lakers might trade up to draft him if they felt like he wasn't going to be there at 55, right? The only reason he went undrafted is because he's 24 years old, right? He's older, and, you see teams that kind of like to go the youthful route, right? So it was like, cool, this is a guy that fell right in your lap. This is a guy that, again, was the best college basketball player not named Cooper Flagg in all of basketball, right? So it's like, this is great. Right? He's a veteran guy. Lakers have had success with guys that are a little older in the draft and undrafted, right? Coming in, being a part of the team, being able to play a role, kind of understand their role. They're not coming in as this like 18, 19-year-old kid that's looking to be the next superstar in the league, coming in like, hey, I'm here. Give me the ball. Tell me what you need. I got you, right? A bucket getter, a guy that can play the 4, small ball 5 for you. Good size, good strength, good physicality. kind of like a Julius Randle light type of player. Questions about, the defense side of things and athleticism, but he's not like, a slouch athletically or a defense. Like, he's a guy that has the tools. Just like, can you focus him and get him to understand at an NBA level kind of defensive positioning and, help him kind of be integrated in the team defense. Maybe he could be one of a better two-way guys for you on this Lakers roster, right? Even if he's just, your 7th or 8th guy off the bench, you need those guys, right? You need a guy that can come in, play a role, fill in a spot, be on the roster, and have an impact for the team. And Eric Dixon was one of those guys that you thought could do that. And it's unfortunate that this happened. And it's interesting that they haven't signed him to a two-way deal, which means either A, chances are two things will happen. Either A, this again, my guess, I just want to be clear about that, but either A, right, the Lakers will sign him to a two-way and, that'll be done. Or B, if he needs surgery and he's going to miss all season, right, say he needs to, repair something in his foot or something like that, then I could see the Lakers not putting him on a two-way, letting some other guys get two-way spots for this year. Eric Dixon kind of goes through his rehab, goes whatever, they sign him to South Bay or something like that so they can kind of help fund the rehab and all that stuff. He rehabs with the roster, rehabs kind of in the umbrella that is the Los Angeles Lakers. And then next year, they bring him on either a two-way or a main roster spot. The problem is this sucks because, he's already 24, right? Like, he's not 22 where it's like, okay, it sucks that he has to sit a year, but, okay, he'll be 23 coming. No, he's 24. He'll be 25 in the middle of next season, right? So he's older, right? Like, you're talking, he's closer to a finished product than he is like a guy that has a ton of upside. Right, he's the same age as guys like Dalton Connect, and he's only like a year and a half younger than Austin Reeves, right? So it's like it's unfortunate because you really wanted to see him kind of come in, slot in, and see what he could do. See if is he just better than everyone in Summer League, and it's like, man, we got to get this guy on the main roster, or is he somebody where it's like, okay, like, yeah, we need to spend a year or two kind of developing him, getting him right, and then, maybe transitioning him to the main roster. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hopefully it's something that, can be resolved, doesn't need surgery or anything like that. He can come into training camp maybe, because we're like 3 months training camp, right? So hopefully he's ready to go for training camp, kind of get some news, get some information on him of like, hey, like Lakers really like him, or, he hasn't been too great. Either way, kind of give you an idea of what to expect from Eric Dixon. So I'm rooting for him. I like him. He's a guy that I was more than happy to see the Lakers draft. We did videos about it, right? Like, I think he's a very good basketball player that could, have a potential immediate impact for the Lakers. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. If you enjoy these types of videos, truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.